Your legs tell the truth about your hormones. When a man loses strength in his legs, he's not just losing muscle. He's losing his foundation, his balance, and the natural signal that tells his body to produce testosterone. Think about it. At 25, you could sprint, jump, or climb stairs without thinking. At 50, most men start to avoid movement altogether. Their thighs tighten, their hips stiffen, and their glutes, the very engine of masculinity, begin to shut down. That's not just aging, that's disconnection. And every year it stays that way, testosterone quietly declines, blood flow weakens, and energy fades. But here's the truth few men realize. You can reverse it. Not with pills, not with supplements, but with 4 powerful movements that awaken your legs from the ground up. Movements that reactivate your glutes, your hips, and your nervous system. The same system that tells your body, I'm alive. I'm strong. Produce more testosterone. These aren't gym exercises. They're primal, used by warriors, monks, and men who never lost touch with their strength. Each one rewires how your body moves, breathes, and generates energy. And when you combine them, you don't just rebuild your legs, you rebuild your masculinity from its roots. So if you've been feeling heavy, slow, or weaker than you used to be, stay right here. Because in the next few minutes, I'll show you how to reshape your legs, restore blood flow, and reignite testosterone naturally, starting with a single position that anchors every strong man on earth. Let's begin where real power begins, from the ground up. Power doesn't begin in your arms, it begins in your legs. And the horse stance is where that power wakes up. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out. Bend your knees until your thighs start to burn. Now, stop right there. Feel the weight sink into the center of your feet. Your spine tall, chest open, hands resting gently in front of your lower abdomen. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale softly through your mouth. Within seconds, your legs will tremble. That's not weakness, that's awakening. The trembling is your nervous system re-establishing connection with muscles you've neglected for decades. Your inner thighs, glutes, hamstrings, and pelvic floor. The entire hormonal engine of a man's body. Ancient martial artists called this rooting, because when you hold this position, your body learns again to draw energy upward from the ground, through your legs, hips, and spine, just like a tree pulling nutrients from the soil. That flow isn't just symbolic. Modern research shows that isometric lower body contractions like the horse stance increase growth hormone and testosterone output, while stabilizing blood pressure and improving circulation to the pelvic region. Keep breathing steadily. Inhale, expand your belly. Exhale, tighten your lower abdomen gently, as if lifting from deep within. Every breath sends oxygen and energy upward. Every second in this posture trains your mind to stay calm under tension. A hidden secret of hormonal balance. Start with 30 seconds, then work up to 1 full minute, 2, even 3. Don't force it, feel it. Because the longer you can stay centered in that controlled fire, the more your body learns to trust itself again. When you finally stand up, shake your legs loose. You'll notice something different. Warmth spreading through your hips, spine, even your chest. That's not fatigue. That's your body saying, I'm alive again. And once you've rooted yourself in strength, it's time to rise, with power. Now that your legs have found their ground, it's time to rise, from the root up. The next movement is called the Glute Bridge Ascent, and it's one of the simplest, most powerful ways to reawaken your body's masculine drive. Lie flat on your back. Bend your knees so your feet rest firmly on the floor, hip-width apart. Arms at your sides, palms down. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, press through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Hold it. Feel your glutes tighten like steel. Then lower down slowly, vertebra by vertebra, until your tailbone just touches the floor. Repeat. Smooth, deliberate, alive. Most men over 50 have forgotten this feeling. They sit for hours every day, switching off the very muscles that once powered their stride, their stamina, and their sexual vitality. The glutes aren't just big muscles, they're a hormonal command center. When they activate, testosterone production rises. When they go dormant, everything else slows down: circulation, metabolism, even mood. Each lift of your hips isn't just an exercise, it's a signal, a message to your brain that says, "We're back online." Blood begins to surge through the pelvic region, nourishing the prostate, energizing the spine, and sending oxygen toward the heart. That's why the glute bridge is often called the fountain of youth for the lower body. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale through the nose, hips down. Exhale through the mouth, hips rise. At the top, squeeze your glutes, as if you're trying to crack a walnut between them. Hold for 2 seconds, then descend with control. This rhythmic contraction and release pumps blood through the deepest tissues of your core, clearing stagnation and awakening energy flow. Start with 10 repetitions. Over time, increase to 20 or 30, or hold each bridge for 10 seconds to build endurance. You'll notice that every set leaves you more grounded yet more alive, like a pulse returning after years of silence. From this lifted position, your body remembers what strength feels like. Now we move deeper into the posture that unlocks the very source of flexibility, balance, and youth: the deep squat hold. If the glute bridge was about rising, this next movement is about opening, unlocking the tight hips that steal your energy and age your body before its time. It's called the deep squat hold, and it's the position of life itself. In Okinawa, where some of the world's longest living men still work their gardens well into their 90s, this position isn't an exercise. It's a way of resting, a way of breathing, a way of staying human. Here's how you do it. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Turn your toes out just a little. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, sink down, as low as your body allows, until your hips drop below your knees. Keep your chest lifted, your spine long, and your heels flat. If you need balance, bring your hands together in front of your chest like prayer. Stay here. Don't rush. Feel the stretch deep in your hips and the tension melting through your lower back. This is where modern men are most blocked: in the hips, the crossroads between stability and vitality. When your hips lose motion, blood and hormones stagnate. When they open, your body's entire electrical circuit switches back on. With each inhale, let your belly expand. With each exhale, sink a little deeper, allowing gravity to do its work. You'll feel your glutes engage, your thighs fire, your core stabilize. What you're really doing here is teaching your nervous system to trust full range again, to stop bracing and start flowing. Scientifically, this posture improves insulin sensitivity, circulation to the pelvic floor, and even testosterone regulation by reducing cortisol. Emotionally, it grounds you, reminding your body that strength doesn't come from tension, it comes from balance. Stay here for 30 seconds at first. Work your way up to 2 minutes. When you rise, do it slowly, like an old tree lifting itself toward the light. You'll feel blood rushing through your thighs, warmth radiating from your hips, and your breath deeper than before. That's vitality returning, not as a jolt, but as a flow. And now that your body has opened, it's time to test that power, to hold it steady, like the warriors who trained not for show, but for survival. Let's move into the Spartan Wall Sit. Every warrior needs stillness, the kind of stillness that doesn't collapse under pressure. It endures it. That's what the Spartan Wall Sit teaches your body. Find a wall. Stand with your back against it and walk your feet forward about 2 feet. Now slide your back down the wall until your thighs are parallel to the ground. Knees directly above your ankles, chest open, gaze straight ahead. Arms can rest by your sides or crossed over your chest. Then, hold. Within seconds, your legs will start to shake. That's the moment most men give up. But this isn't pain. It's progress. That trembling means your muscles are demanding more oxygen, more strength, more hormone support. Your brain is sending signals to your body that say, adapt, grow, endure. In ancient Sparta, soldiers used still postures like this to train their minds as much as their muscles. Because when you can stay calm while your body burns, you gain something deeper than strength. You gain control. And that control, physiologically, is where testosterone thrives. Each second you hold this position, your quads, hamstrings, and glutes fire at once. Your core tightens, your breathing deepens, blood flow surges through your lower body and back into your heart. Research shows isometric holds like the wall sit can trigger a short-term spike in testosterone and growth hormone while lowering stress markers such as cortisol. That's why it feels like a calm fire, steady, grounded, powerful. Stay focused, breathe through the burn. Inhale, feel your spine press gently into the wall. Exhale, push your heels into the ground as if rooting through the floor. Hold for 30 seconds the first time, then 45, then a full minute. When you rise, do it with intention, slowly, standing tall, like a man who has earned his power. The Spartan Wall Sit teaches you what discipline feels like in your legs, that quiet endurance that builds unshakable confidence. And now that the fire is awake inside you, it's time to seal it, to anchor that energy with breath, focus, and calm. Let's finish this practice with the oxygen seal breath. Every movement you've done so far, the grounding, the lifting, the opening, the holding, was designed for one purpose: to wake your body up again. Now, we seal that energy inside you. Stand tall, feet hip-width apart. Place one hand on your chest, the other just below your navel. Inhale slowly through your nose for 3 seconds. Feel your abdomen rise beneath your lower hand. Hold that breath for 2 seconds. Let it travel up your spine. Then exhale softly through your mouth for 5 seconds, tightening your lower abdomen as if lifting gently from your pelvic floor. Do this for 3 rounds. Each inhale feeds your blood with oxygen, the fuel for testosterone, strength, and mental clarity. Each exhale releases the noise, tension, and stress that block your natural rhythm. This breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol, improving recovery, and restoring balance to your hormones. As you breathe, feel the warmth in your legs, the steadiness in your core, the calm in your mind. This is what real vitality feels like. Not a rush, but a return. Because longevity isn't about chasing youth, it's about reclaiming your rhythm. And that rhythm starts with you, right here, right now. So, gentlemen, if this practice sparked something inside you, let me know in the comments. Where are you watching from, and how old are you? Let's see how many strong men around the world are waking up their power, one breath at a time.